Hi guys, welcome to the Algebra 1 and the Algebra 1 Honors Summer Packet. We are going to go ahead and get started. This is just like an introduction, really, to some of the stuff that you're going to see in algebra. So, today we're going to do simplifying algebraic expressions, and we're just going to talk about that. So let's go ahead and get started. We can simplify algebraic expressions by combining like terms and distributive properties. So algebraic expressions, just so you're aware, are basically just math sentences or just a bunch of letters and numbers put together. Okay? And these are the two steps we're going to do to simplify them, because we're not going to be able to find out like a single number, like order of operations. We will just go ahead and get it as small as possible because we have those letters in there that we don't know what they mean. So let's start with combining like terms. Combining like terms, well, terms are actually parts of the expression that we are trying to combine, and they are separated by an addition sign. Okay? So, for example, here are a bunch of terms. Negative 4xy. Because there's no addition going on here, that is a single term. Okay, so that's one term. This next one, we have x squared minus 16. Now, the minus sign can throw us off because there's no real addition signs happening. However, when we see a minus sign, we really are adding, because we can write it as x squared plus the negative 16. Okay? So whenever you see a minus sign, you're really adding a negative. So by doing that, we actually have two terms going on here. X squared and negative 16. And you can know this just like, you don't have to write it out every single time. Just as long as you include the sign that's in front of the number, that will tell you the term that's going on. Okay? So this one has two terms. This other one right here, negative 4y plus 6x minus xy, that's three different terms. Because again, we have the minus sign, so that's really a negative xy going on right here. We have a positive 6x, and we have a negative 4y. So those are three terms. Alright? Now that we talked about what terms are, you're going to try your hand at seeing out how many terms are in each one. So this is a try on your own. Whenever you see a try on your own, you are going to try it on your own and write down your answer. Okay? So you're going to go through these problems and see how many terms you can identify from each expression. Okay? You can either pause the video, do it, or you can do it at the end. Now, like terms are there's a little bit more to it. Like terms actually have the same variable, which means the same letter, and they have the same exponent. Okay? So just because you see two x's doesn't mean they're like terms, it just means that they both have the same variable. They need to have the same exponent part. So if they both don't have an exponent, great, they're the same. Alright? Some examples of like terms: 3x and negative 5x. Those are like terms because they have the same variable, the x, but they also have the same exponent, meaning that they don't have an exponent. So those are the same. And those are combinable. 5x and x. They both have an x, so they are combinable. 6y squared and negative 12y squared. They both have y's, and the y's are both squared, so they are like terms. Lastly is 9 and 13. Those are like terms because they don't have a variable. So they are the same meaning because they don't have any variables. Okay? Non-like terms would be 3x and 3. They have the same number, but we need them to have the same variable. 3x has an x, or 3 doesn't have any variables. These are not the same. These are not like terms. You cannot combine them. 7y and y squared are not the same. Yes, they both have y's, but they do not have the same exponents. This guy has a 2, and this one doesn't have anything. And negative 2x and negative 2y, they have the same exponent of nothing, but they don't have the same letter, the same variable. So we can't do that. Okay? So you are going to try this part on your own and match each of these terms in the table to the correct circle that they have like terms with. Okay? So you're going to go ahead and give that a try. You can pause the video, or you can come back to it at the end. It's up to you. Now, how do we combine like terms? What we're going to do is we're just going to add the coefficients. The coefficients are the number that is being multiplied with the variable. So it's the number right in front of the variable. And then we're going to create our like terms. So here's an example. We have 2a plus 3a minus 8b. Well, 2a and 3a are like terms because they both have a single a. Alright, so what we're going to do to combine them, we're just going to take the 2 that's in front of this one and the 3 that's in front of this one, and we're going to add them together. So 2 plus 3 gives us 5, and so our combined, when we combine like terms, we actually get 5a. The negative 8b or the minus 8b, that isn't combinable with anything, so we just bring it down. So it's going to be 5a minus 8b. Right? B, here we go, we got 5n plus n minus 3n cubed. Now this single n, it looks like it doesn't have a letter or a number in front of it, but it actually does. Whenever it doesn't have a number, you can automatically put a 1 in front of it. So it has a coefficient of 1. So we're going to go ahead and combine like terms, meaning 5n and 1n are like terms, so we're going to combine them. So we're going to combine the 5 plus the 1 to get 6n. The negative 3n cubed can't be combined, even though it has an n, it doesn't have the same exponent. So we get 6n minus 3n cubed, and we leave it like that. Okay? This last one, this has got a lot going on. So we have a 6x squared plus 9x plus y squared minus 9x minus 4y squared. So a lot of things happening here. There we go. We're going to go see what is a like term and what isn't. So we have 6x squared. There's no other x squared, so there's no other like term. So that's by itself. We have a 9x and we have a minus 9x. And we have a y squared and a minus 4y squared. So remember, we have to keep the sign in front of it. So it's a negative 4y squared, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and combine what I can. I got these x's. And I got these, oh, yeah, that one has a coefficient of 1, and these y squareds. So, 6x squared, nothing with it, so I'm just going to bring it down. 9x minus 9x, so that means I'm going to do 9 minus 9, that gives me 0. So I just put that as my new coefficient. 1 minus 4 gives me negative 3 for the y squared. So this is what I get. Now, because you have a 0 for the coefficient, you can multiply that, because 0 times any number, doesn't matter if it's a variable or a number, is always going to give you 0. So this part, the 0x, you can just eliminate. It doesn't need to be there. So what I have is 6x squared minus 3y squared. And that is my final answer. So now you're going to try these two on your own and see how you do. Okay? And yeah, we'll be definitely going over this in class, but at least now you have a little intro to it, so that's helpful. And I will see you guys next video. Bye!